Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike, aka Crypto Niggas, coming to you today, bringing some quick talk, real talk, just something to think about the Veve platform. Some people concerned, speculation they like to have, and everything like that. But as you can see from the title already, I'm just going ahead and say it off rip that one day Disney may very well leave Veve. I know this been talked about plenty of times though, but I just wanted to come from a different viewpoint of view, different perspective. You know, we all don't necessarily think the same things or have the same thoughts, so it's always good to kind of add your view to the I guess you say to the pot. So to give everybody something to think about too. So the main thing, the reason why I'm thinking that Disney will one day leave Veve is mainly because it just makes sense. Um, like a lot of people mentioned before already, we've seen it happen before with Netflix. But as an investor in Comey and Veve and having Disney NFTs right now on Veve, I am not concerned about that because multiple reasons. Okay, some other YouTubers, I think Kyle Wilson was the first one to share it. It was an interview with the representative from Veve, and it was mentioning some things. But one of the things that he said that caught my attention, and also too, is a recent thing that came out from Immutable X as well, though. But he said that they chose Immutable X because they know that they're dedicated. I thought that he was gonna say because of eco-friendly, but they're dedicated basically to interoperability, and that's what we all want. That's what we all want to see. Now, I'm still trying to learn to understand blockchain and all this stuff or whatever, but you got to understand that you got different layers. You got layer 0, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. We know Immutable is a layer 2 protocol, allowing NFTs to be traded and stuff like that as a lot cheaper gas fee and all that stuff compared to, being directly with Immutable. I mean, not Immutable, but directly with Ethereum. Okay? Sorry if I'm talking fast, but, I want to keep the videos short and cover a few points. But anyway, the main thing though, like I said too, is that I see that Immutable is releasing kind of a show that they're hosting or whatever. It's going to be a couple times out the month where they're going to release it, but they're going to talk about, and what Robbie mentioned was Immutable with layer 2, but also with layer 3. Now, my understanding, layer 3 protocols more so is the thing that's kind of like the focus of the interoperability, where you're talking about cross chains and from chain to chain. That's what is the next step with a lot of these things to really take it off the way we need. All right, so let's bring it back to me not being concerned with Disney one day leaving Veve. Number one, let's look at this. All right, the comparison is Netflix, right? Netflix, I think, came out in like 1997, when you remember you used to get the disc in the mail and you mail back the DVD. Okay, 10 years later in 2007 is when they started the streaming service. Okay, so in 2007 they started the streaming service. Someone can drop in the comments. I'm not sure if that very first year they had Disney and Marvel products on Netflix, but even if they didn't until like maybe a few years later, 2010 or so or whatnot, Disney did not release their own streaming service until 2019. Now, a company like Disney, they need to know for sure that this is the transition of the world. In 2007, everyone and their mama was not streaming. Was not streaming. Movies, wasn't streaming TV shows and stuff. In 2007, it was still a point, in a sense, to have cable. Now, coming around 2019, that's when you started to get into the point where it's like, I'm pretty sure their surveys or their polls and everything, when they looked into, the majority of homes were not having cable, period. And also too, we had certain things that was kind of probably bringing down, ticket sales and everything like that, people going out to the movies. We've had, in the United States, we had mass shootings, unfortunately, and then also too, you combine the pandemic. So they kind of came out right in time and to help themselves going into the pandemic. Disney actually in 2019 with the streaming service. So it's only been out now for basically a few years or so. So my thing is, like I said, that was 12 years after streaming was a thing. I'm sure Disney knew about it. They were probably making moves behind closed doors for a very long time though, but they did not have their own unique sole platform until 12 years later. Now, Ecomi Veve came out in 2020 as far as launching the app goes. Ecomi been out since about 2018 as far as the company goes, them working and everything like that. So my thing is that it's very possible that yes, Disney will allow their products to be on plenty of other platforms that's dealing with NFTs or augmented reality until they get to the point where they see that majority of the population literally does that over so many other things. So we got a while until it happens, all right? And my thing is that once it happens, as we saw Mutable already working with Marvel, when we see certain things on their website, we know Veve is working with the Mutable. Okay, we see Disney made the move in a sense of being with Polygon. Okay, just Immutable and Polygon right there in a sense or whatnot. I believe and I have faith that when Disney do decide to leave and create their own platform and have their sole platform, our NFTs will be interoperable and we'll be able to move those things over. All right. Now the next thing is that you might be thinking, well, dang, will Disney leave Veve? Then Veve gonna be dead. Cause that means it's gonna be no Marvel on there. There's gonna be no Disney. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Now it's important that Veve does this over the time period, but what did Netflix do? What is keeping Netflix alive right now? I feel like that they're doing a very good job at it. Is that they've been putting a lot of money and a lot more money into producing their own things. So you have Netflix TV shows now. You have Netflix movies, and they get pretty good tier actors, tier A actors, whatever you want to call them, to act in their films and their shows as well. That's produced by Netflix. Now Netflix wasn't once at that point, not in 2007. They wasn't that way in 2010, I believe, or if I'm not mistaken. I remember the first movie thinking like, oh, it's a Netflix movie with the actor that I know of. One of them might have been the Will Smith Bright joint or whatever though. But I mean, you guys drop in the comments which one so y'all noticed first. That was like literally an actor that you knew of from like, blockbuster type film and everything like that, acting in a Netflix thing. So what I'm saying is that Veve has to get to the point where they starting to release collectibles that the public will want. That's Veve produced. I think the Veve can do it. I think David Yu has that in mind. I think with someone like Al Khan, who basically has found countless of toy products in the 90s and blew them up and made them what it is that we know today. So again, that's you researching and knowing who's behind the project to even have that confidence. But they already have toy dealers, toy creators, or whatever you want to call them, toy promoters, already on the app. Then you got a serial collector and David Yu who knows what's a premium toy or whatnot, who knows who top brands are. So he'll be able to have Veve products created by known artists. I don't see it being a thing or issue and how tight run English is with Veve and how much he loves it for a Veve collectible. That's like, no, the license is straight up Veve. It's not someone else's. Like I said, it would be my comparison to like a Netflix show or a Netflix movie, because that's how they're doing things now that, so many others are creating their own platforms. And that's how they're, transitioning and staying alive, and make sure they're not blockbuster. But I can definitely see Veve doing that, having to run English, doing something for them or whatever. It's the artist or whatnot, having a connection as it continues to go and they continue to solidify themselves in this space, having the connection to be able to get top artists. Who knows? Maybe a Todd McFarlane makes a piece, specifically for Veve. Jim Lee, Alex Ross, name a lot of different, comic designers already, and we render those things, or it can be some other top studios. I can go on thinking about this, but anyway, drop comments, hit the like button if you like what I'm talking about, hit subscribe, and come to you guys a lot more. Been working on a little project myself or whatever, NFT project, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hope to get, the community support on that one. Also, again, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Do you see Disney leaving for sure? I mean, I think it's inevitable. It's just a matter of when. But at the same time, I'm not worried about it at all. I believe that we're going to be fine. We're going to be okay, because of the benefit of this being blockchain technology and things of that nature, that we really own these things. But the key is interoperability. It's going to take time for that. I do agree with say Cavell that it's going to be longer than 3 to 5 years. We're looking at things that's really something brand new to the world. It took a long time for literally every household and majority of households to go streaming versus literally buying cable, to where now people rather have just internet and Wi-Fi, and I'll just get what I get. But anyway, I'm gonna sign out of here, going a little longer than I wanted to. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Take it easy.